Have you ever wondered how much you really need to start with home automation without breaking the bank? What is the minimum budget required to kickstart a home automation system that is both easy to expand and provides some useful functionality in the meantime? Hello and welcome to Learn Home Automation. In this video, I challenged myself to design a home automation system within a €200 budget. €200 might seem tight, but with the right strategy, you can create a solid foundation for a smarter home. I'll walk you through the limitations of a €200 budget and then dive into 3 distinct home automation systems. Each system is designed to offer unique benefits and be expandable in the future. I'll also provide a list of devices and suggested automations for each. While I offer some device suggestions, I'm not affiliated with any brands mentioned. Feel free to pick devices from manufacturers you trust and are available near you. Just make sure to read reviews online, as quality can vary even within the same brand. Home automation doesn't have to be expensive. Many beginners are intimidated by the thought of investing a lot into smart home devices, thinking it's out of reach. But with a bit of creativity and a focus on essential features, you can create a valuable system even on a limited budget. For my own home, I started with a handful of devices and upgraded slowly as my needs and the technology evolved. Even today, my setup remains relatively low cost, and I'm perfectly happy with it. The €200 mentioned might not be enough for a complete system, but it's enough to get started without breaking the bank. You can create something that provides initial value and sets the foundation for future upgrades. The systems I'll show you are designed to be expandable in the future. If your goal is to achieve just the functionality of one of the systems with no intention of expanding, there are probably cheaper solutions available. The biggest cost here is the hub, which is the foundation for future growth. At a €200 budget, we're looking at mid to lower priced devices. This doesn't mean lower quality, but it does limit our options a bit. Voice control and comprehensive security systems are out of reach at this budget. My general requirements for this project are local control, easy expandability, and avoiding brand lock-in. For these reasons, my hub of choice is Home Assistant Green. The Habitat C8 could be an alternative if you need one. For battery-powered wireless sensors, I went with Zigbee due to its competitive pricing and good battery life. For lights and sockets, I chose a mix of Wi-Fi and Zigbee, depending on the specific goal of each system. In terms of the design process, I usually start by identifying requirements and initial automations. This time, since the budget was the biggest constraint, I began with a general objective and then determined how many automations I could implement after selecting the devices. You can decide the value of each solution based on how important the automations bundled with it are to you. Let's dive into the first system. The goal here is to automate lights and air conditioning based on time and temperature. For this, you'll need Home Assistant Green for €100, an infrared controller for €30, a Wi-Fi temperature sensor for €25, and 3 Wi-Fi RGB light bulbs for €45. The total comes to €200. This system doesn't require a Zigbee USB stick but is limited to Wi-Fi devices. With the infrared controller, you can teach it commands from infrared remotes to control air conditioning, fans, TVs, and more from a single place. Just make sure the IR controller has a clear line of sight with the devices you want to control. The Wi-Fi temperature sensor helps automate the air conditioning or fans. If you're using a Broadlink IR controller, they sell an additional power cable with a temperature sensor. Alternatively, you can use the Shelly H&T sensor. Check the Home Assistant Integrations page to make sure the Wi-Fi light bulbs you plan to buy support a local API. Well-reviewed, affordable options include products from Wiz and Shelly. Since our only sensor is a temperature one, light automations will be time-based. If you have an old tablet, set up a permanent dashboard for easy control. Otherwise, your phone will be the primary method of control until you expand. If you have a compatible smart TV, you can integrate it into the system and use it in automations. Depending on the room you place the devices in, here are some automations you could implement. In the bedroom, you could have the light turn on gradually 30 minutes before your alarm goes off to simulate sunrise and gently wake you up. The bedroom lights could also turn off at sunrise. As bedtime approaches, the air conditioner could turn on based on the temperature. When you go to bed, the nightstand lamps could automatically turn on. In the living room, a light bulb could turn green when it's time to leave for work. Before you get back, the air conditioner could turn on based on the temperature. At sunset, the lamps could gradually turn on. You could also get a notification if the outside temperature is more comfortable than inside, suggesting you open a window. If you turn on the TV, the lights could dim and turn back on when you turn the TV off. As bedtime approaches, the living room lights could dim, and you could turn off the living room lights, TV, and fan with a single action before bed. The goal of the second system is motion-controlled lights, especially for areas that don't get enough natural light during the day. You'll need a home assistant green hub for €100, a Zigbee stick for €35, 2 motion sensors for €44, and 2 Zigbee light bulbs for €20. That's a total of €199 for 6 devices. This system uses Zigbee motion sensors and light bulbs, creating a strong and reliable mesh network. The motion sensors can also enhance your home security by sending notifications if they detect motion when you're away. If you have pets, be mindful of sensor placement to avoid unnecessary triggers. While this system won't save much power compared to traditional lighting, the convenience and potential security benefits make it worthwhile. For brands, most Zigbee motion sensors and light bulbs should work well. Aqara makes good quality sensors and IKEA has affordable light bulbs. Some automation ideas include the lights turning off if there's no movement in the room for a few minutes. The entrance lights could turn on when motion is detected nearby. Motion-activated lights in the hallway can operate at half brightness after bedtime. At sunset, the lamps could gradually turn on in the living room. An alert can be sent to your phone if motion is detected when everyone is away from home. The third system is dedicated to controlling lights. The devices include a home assistant green for €100, a Zigbee stick for €35, 2 white light bulbs for €20, 2 RGB light bulbs for €30, and a wireless button for €20, totaling €205. This system, while slightly over the €200 budget, includes 4 Zigbee light bulbs and a more user-friendly control method than a smartphone. It might be preferable if you want to focus on just lights and creating the perfect ambience based on your schedule. Using white temperature light bulbs in areas where you won't use colors can help save money. The RGB lights can create a nice atmosphere in the living room when relaxing or watching TV. I recommend using them on floor or table lamps instead of ceiling ones to avoid accidentally turning them off from the switches. Light bulbs, especially RGB ones, can also be used for visual notifications. They can act as reminders based on your schedule or notify you of open doors or windows if you later expand your system to include contact sensors. If you split the bulbs between the bedroom and the living room, you can create these automations. In the bedroom, the light could turn on gradually 30 minutes before the alarm goes off to simulate sunrise and gently wake you up. The bedroom lights could turn off at sunrise. In the living room, a light bulb could turn green when it's time to leave for work. At sunset, the lamps could gradually turn on. If you turn on the TV, the lights could dim and turn back on when you turn the TV off. You could use the wireless button to cycle through colored light scenes. As bedtime approaches, the lights could dim in the living room. Combined, you could use the wireless button to activate a bedtime routine that turns off the living room lights and the TV, and turns on the nightstands when it's time for bed. The bonus system combines all 3 previous systems. The devices include a home assistant green for €100, a Zigbee stick for €35, an IR controller for €30, 2 motion sensors for €44, a temperature sensor for €20. 2 white light bulbs for €20, 2 RGB light bulbs for €30, and a wireless button for €20, totaling €299. The €200 budget is very restrictive, but with an additional €100, you can enjoy the features and automations of all three systems. We can skip Wi-Fi devices since Zigbee sensors have longer battery life, and with more devices, we can create a more reliable network. In summary, this system allows you to automate lights by time and motion, control air conditioning or fans based on temperature, and create the perfect ambience for any situation. You can also combine some of the above automations and add more actions that take advantage of all the devices. In this video, I showed you how to design a home automation system within a €200 budget. We looked at 3 distinct systems that offer immediate value and the potential for future expansion. If you want to try creating your own budget system, I've got a simple online calculator and a spreadsheet available in the link in the description. This calculator, based on a Home Assistant Hub and Zigbee devices, makes it easy to estimate total costs by inputting your required devices. You can also adjust the costs to your local prices in the spreadsheet for a more accurate calculation. As you dive into home automation, remember to start small, stay flexible, and focus on what you really need. By carefully selecting devices and automations that align with your requirements, you can transform your home into a more comfortable and efficient space without breaking the bank. And that's it for today. Which system from the 3 presented do you think fits your needs best and why? Do you have any tips or tricks for saving money while setting up a home automation system? Other viewers might find them useful, so why not leave a comment below? Thanks for watching, consider subscribing, and I'll see you next time.